Hello guys, how we doing? It's been a while since me and Paul got together. I've been busy. Paul's been doing things. Family's been over, and obviously I've been busy as well. Last time we spoke, Paul, you was Moyes out, and things were going quite bad for us. Things have turned around a little bit. 5 home wins in a row. Draw against Southampton, and then but for a loss against Liverpool, we would have, carried that run on even more. Let's start with that. Where do you stand at the minute with Moyes? Anything changed? Obviously, like I say, since that run?
I think immediately after we did our last show, it was we said, what does he need to do to turn it around? And I was saying, I just want to see him go for games. I just want to see him go for games. I want to see him play our new players. I want to see him be more attacking and go for it. And he started playing the new players. And good shirt, mate. Got this one. This one. Luke will like this one.
Oh God, no!
With Mark on the back.
We said that reminds me of Dean Ashton. That shirt.
That's a good shout. Yeah. He started playing the new players, and Skameka scoring goals. Paqueta started to come on well. Emerson was playing, and I think, it did make me think, all right, maybe he's got a plan here. And although the results have got a bit better, we're still reverting again to defensive, negative football. We're not really giving it a go. And I'm aware that I'm going to say the teams we've beat haven't been good teams. The teams we'd expect to beat.
We've been a bit lucky as well in them games.
Yeah, and even then, we've made hard work of it. I don't want to knock it. Listen, wins are wins. 3 points are 3 points, and we're going in the right direction. But it doesn't, after this little run of games, it doesn't make me think, yeah, we're on course for a good season here. It makes me think, when we come up against better teams, we're in trouble.
Yeah. I think, like I say, I think a lot of it has been, some of the stuff's been forced upon him rather than him changing it because he wants to change it. Sadly, with a Paqueta injury, he's brought Flynn Downs in, and I think Flynn Downs has been really good every time he's played. When Paqueta's back, is he still going to carry on with this Souček experiment? Or will he, what he should do is go Rice and Downs with Paqueta sitting on top of that. Benrahma was only forced onto him this week, again, because of certain injuries, and Fornell's probably not playing his best. And look how good Benrahma was in the week. I think Benny deserves his start. I think, yes, he's frustrating. He's incredibly frustrating. But my God, when he goes at you, he's like the ball stuck to his foot. What do you make on Benny?
Mate, he's been one of our best players this season. We were saying at the start of the season he was one of our best players, and then he kept getting dropped. Always the first player subbed. And I said to you, I think the last game it's probably the best I've seen him play for us. He actually looked good. He looked dangerous.
He was good in Europe as well.
He's taking players on, but actually, going somewhere with it. He definitely deserves a start against Man United. I'll be honest, mate. I wouldn't be surprised if Moyes dropped him.
Yeah, like we know, mate. That record, the Liverpool game, if we just touch on that went to 70 away games against the top 6 without a win. Like, does that not at any point, like you say, mate, I know Gonzo spoke about on each channel, something's got to change. Like, come on, Dave, whatever you've been doing for this last 20 years in football, it doesn't work anymore. It don't work.
No, it doesn't work. But that sums it up, doesn't it? He's been doing it for the last 20 years. He's not going to change now. That's just the way that he is. And it's, like I say, the results have turned around, but they're against teams that we would expect to beat. But it doesn't fill me with confidence. It doesn't. You think that it should. A good run like that, like you say, five wins on the bounce, it should fill you with confidence. It doesn't fill me with confidence. I don't know. It just, like I say, I just don't think we've been good still. I don't think we've been good. And you could argue, lots of injuries and the defence, we haven't had a settled defence, which is fair. But is the answer when you've got your centre-backs out to invite pressure? Is that really what you should do when you got a makeshift defence? Is the best thing to do to invite pressure, or do you try and attack and take the pressure off the defence?
What
You
do we
know,
make of this? Can't lie, for the very first time in a long time, I was very angry and disgusted with all the negative comments. Not saying you can't have your own opinion, but make some sense and base your opinion on fact. Well, I don't think we're playing well, mate. Yeah, we've got the wins. We're starting to creep our way back up the table, but we're still not playing well. Look, the Bournemouth game is a prime example. That was a very, very lucky win. That was two handballs that, let's be honest, mate. That first goal, if that was given against us, how would you have felt with the volleyball from Kera?
yeah.
How would you have felt in that situation?
No, I know. When I first saw it, I thought, no, that's his arms are down here. What's he supposed to do? But you're right, he does definitely make a movement, kind of volleyball, whacks
Yeah,
it up towards goal. So very, very, very lucky
yeah,
that stood. I do think the penalty was a penalty though.
yeah. No. I do think that because he sort of went like that, didn't he?
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, just it. I try to be positive and negative on a performance by performance base, and then if these negatives add up, you have to look at it as a whole. If Moyes would have lost that game, we were 2 points away from the relegation zone, and we could have easily slipped into it this weekend because there's a good chance Man United beat us this weekend. Then, Matt, I'll put it to you: Are me and Paul being negative then? No. Yeah. If we play like we did against Bournemouth, Man United, we will get battered. Telling you now, Ronaldo will come back in and he will bloody score the weekend. Unfortunately, the only way we change tactics is to get a younger manager in who understands the way the game evolves. I am fed up with all of us and our boring. Football is boring me to tears. I think we need a change now, and our football club has been watered down and stuff. I don't know where I stand with Moyes, though, mate. I'll be honest with you, because tomorrow night we get the point or the win, whatever, against Silkeborg. We'll talk about that a little bit more. We're through. We'll be 10th, maybe, might go up one more place between now and the end of the World Cup. Would you have wanted much more? Let's be honest.
Listen, I think regardless, I think he saved his job.
Yeah.
I do. I think he was banging trouble. And in this run of favourable games, he's got the results needed. And he's saved his job. He's done what he had to do. And he'll easily, he's fine now until at least the World Cup. Like you say, Europe has been fantastic. Good chance that we'll top the group. We're through. Brilliant, fantastic. Not knocking that at all. As you say, 10th in the league. Can any West Ham fan, me included, who's not really happy with the football we're playing at the minute, be calling for his head at that point? No, you can't really, can you?
Yeah, that's it's hard, isn't it? It is a difficult one. It is a difficult one. Obviously, go on, mate.
No, I was going to say, no, obviously, you can't sack the man for being mid-table and progressing in Europe. You can't.
No.
At the end of the season, depending on where we finish, then maybe then is the time to assess it and look at it. But he has done, he's done what he's needed to do this last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think his biggest test, mate, is like I say, when Pac-Man's back. After the World Cup now, it'll probably be, when a Gerd is fit as well. What is he gonna play? What is he gonna play? Is it gonna be a Gerd comes in, maybe Kerr fills in at right back? I don't know. Paqueta, is he gonna play Downs? When Cornet's back fit, are we gonna see Cornet? Are we gonna see Ben Rama and Paqueta in the same team that we're so desperate to see? I think that for me is what going forward will decide what happens to him now.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right. And the board are going to be looking at this from a perspective of, well, we spent big money. We bought in these big signings. We didn't bring these players in to go backwards. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Matt
and I mean, the thing is, Matt, that's the thing is, Matt. Half of these comments wouldn't have been said if we were still in the bowling. Yeah, but we're not, mate. We're not still at the bowling. We're not. We've been moved to a stadium that a lot of us didn't want to move.
You say that though, but like Richie replies quite well here. Winning games is saving his job. I just can't watch our football. Reminds me of Big Sam. That was said at the bowling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since I've been watching West Ham consistently from Billich's, if you was offered this second tenure with Moyes, you would have took your hand off. Yeah, no, listen, I can't say he's not done a good job, but it's so frustrating that we've got these bloody good players there that can do it. Look at Newcastle. Newcastle haven't really spent much more money than we have. They will. They'll go on and have, upper echelons in a few years' time. But look what they've done. They played at Bruno guy. They played at Isaac. They played Trippier. They played at Taggart and players like that. And look what it's done to them. It's completely rejuvenated their team. And Eddie Howe has done a fantastic job there because he's been brave and played these players and just go and do it. Well, I don't know, mate.
I agree, mate. I agree.
Bad, mate, either. Like, if we let's do it now, actually, because we might not have another podcast till a couple of weeks' time. If you had to rate the new signings out of 10, let's go through them. How do you think they've done so far? If you start with Scamacca, for example, where do you stand with that?
I mean,
it's been brilliant, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Yeah, it's been brilliant. 6 goals, I think he's got already.
Up for the fight.
Yeah, up for the fight. Looks really good. Looks, he takes shots that other players wouldn't take. He's been a little bit. I think he's getting a bit frustrated. The last couple of games, he hasn't scored. He's had quite a few chances, but defenders are starting to sort of gang up on him now. Every time he gets the ball near the box, he's got 3-4 players around him.
Great feet. Great.
Yeah, but no, I've been really impressed. Really impressed. Yeah.
If we say Pac-Man, obviously, he's only played a few games, but he was just starting to get into his game as well, weren't he? You just started to see him at Southampton game. He was really getting involved and sticking his body on line. 2 assists as well now. It's a shame with him. I give him a good, sort of 6, 7. It's a shame he got injured when he did, because I think he was just starting to hit it.
Yeah, I agree. He was. You can see the class there. You can see the quality. Fantastic. Like, he's got a fantastic eye for a pass.
Like you say, all the time. That round the corner flick.
And he's a battler as well. He gets stuck in. I like him. Like you say, really, real shame he got injured. I did see that he posted himself on Instagram that he thinks he'll be out for 2 weeks. So hopefully he's back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, like I say, hopefully goes to the World Cup, gets himself fully fit. But it looks like Agurd's going to be fit for the World Cup as well with Morocco. Again, that's his little pre-season there to hopefully get himself up there. What about any of the others? What about Cornet and Emerson? We'll do them as a pair. Emerson, attacking wise, looks really good. He scored a couple of goals, I think, can he? Defensively, still a little bit suspect, but what do you think?
I like Emerson. I think that the thing is he's not. He does look good going forward, but I don't think he's actually played left back. He's played left wing back.
Yeah, left wing back. Yeah.
I don't know if he's actually played left back yet. So no, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. Although I will say, I think Cresswell's been brilliant recently.
Oh yeah, mate. I've got to hold my hands up with Cresswell, mate. We was all slagging off in the summer, weren't we? We need a new left back, which we still do. But he has been fantastic. He has. He really looks. Again, he goes through these stages where he looks back to old Cresswell every now and then, and then he'll drift off again.
I think it's Emerson coming in to give him that competition. He never really had competition. Masuaku weren't really competition for him as a left back. Emerson comes in, he's got some actual competition. I think he's been fantastic recently, Cresswell. But yeah, no, I like the look of Emerson. I'm interested.
Disappointing. But again, he's injured at the minute. Cornet, I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, he started well. I mean, he started well. He came out, started with a couple of assists, didn't he? And he looked decent and sort of faded a bit. And now obviously he's injured, he's out. So yeah, I'll say the jury's out on Cornet still.
On Flynn Downs, I know we've touched it a little bit, but like just a little section on him, mate. I think every game I've seen him play, he has been fantastic. He really, really has. And people know was never the biggest Mark Noble fan, but he's going to become that. I think, he's good in the tackle. The man don't give the ball away. He's so good at passing the ball. Yeah, and I do want to see the Souček project done. You know, there's loads of rumours about Souček and his contract and things like that. I'm not too bothered if he went. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't. I think Downs will do a job there.
Yeah, no, I agree absolutely. I think he's been brilliant. I definitely think obviously Paqueta being injured. I don't know about Downs playing that number 10 role.
No.
But no, definitely I will bring him in for Souček. Souček's not been good. Bring him in for Souček. Play him alongside Rice, and then like you say, have Paqueta or pick an attacking midfielder in front of him. Yeah, I think he's been really good, and he uses the ball, which is something that you just don't get from Souček. When Souček's on the ball, you're panicking instantly, but he doesn't, like you say, he doesn't give the ball away. He uses the ball really well.
He don't look stiff. Like basically, like what was it? Souček in the week twice he did it. Twice he played the ball straight across goal. Just don't do that. And last one, mate. Thilo Kehrer, mate. I've been really, really impressed with him. Yes, he's a bit rash in a tackle. Every now and then he can step up a bit too early and go in. But when him and Zouma together, mate, I think we're very, very lucky with our centre backs. I really do. And I think they're the ones that have sort of kept us in games when it has been a bit tight and a bit nervy. Zouma is a proper, don't pass me sort of defender. And then you got Kehrer, who's calm. And I do like him. I really like him. I think he's fantastic, Kehrer.
Yeah, I like Kehrer a lot. He's really impressed me. Although I will say I like him better as a right back than a centre back.
Yeah, he's a bit short for a centre back for me.
Yeah, I prefer him playing at right back than a centre back, or if we're playing a back three in centre back. But yeah, I really like him. I think he's a real good sort of. Like again, it's the way that he can use
very good leader, mate. Apparently, you read all the stuff about him. He's come in and he's a leader character. Like he's very vocal, and these are things we needed. One last thing on signings is Areola, mate. He's not going to come in, but I think Fabianski had one in the week, didn't he? He had a real flap towards the end. It was given as a foul in the end, but again, for me, but then I say that Fabianski was really good against Southampton. It's a hard one.
Listen, for me, Areola should be number one. He should be. Fabianski's been amazing for us, but he's definitely on the decline. There's no doubt about it. For me, Areola should be starting. I don't really understand. I don't really understand why we made him permanent if he's not going to play. I don't really understand. I'm guessing that this is. Fabianski's last season, and he'll be number one next year. But yeah, it's a weird one for me. It feels like a year kind of wasted. With Areola.
Yeah, a couple of questions coming in now. What are your thoughts on Johnson's personal? His defence is suspect, not closing down, letting balls into. He's really poor last two games. Crossing's awful. Again, there's rumours that he's not going to sign a new contract. I think right back is an issue. I didn't think it was at the start of the season. I thought, Soufal would be okay and Johnson as cover and even Ashby as the third choice. It would not surprise me if all three of them are not at the club next summer. It really wouldn't. And right back would be one that we go and sign. I still think we should go and sign Wan-Bissaka from Manchester United. I think, again, he's not good for them, but I think he'd be fantastic for us. But I think Thilo Kehrer will be the right back if a Gerd comes back fit enough for the centre back role. What about you?
Yeah, I think Kehrer will be the first choice right back, assuming we've got fit centre backs. But yeah, Johnson's a weird one. Like it kind of feels like he's gone backwards a little bit. Like you say, maybe there's stuff going on. As you say, rumours he don't want to sign a new contract. I don't know, but yeah, it does feel like he's gone backwards a little bit. I always preferred Ashby over Johnson anyway. I've always said that on here. And then Ashby's now completely,
he's on the bench now, which is
completely been bombed off. Yeah,
such a shame.
I imagine he'll definitely go in January, which is a shame.
Yeah, it's a big shame. Luke Stephen says, great point about Newcastle, Luke. The spend was about the same as us, but I watched them against Spurs and they played with fire and real passion. So why can't we be consistent like that? And as we know, Paul said it, I've said it loads of times, we know that West Ham are told, sit back, guys, don't go more than 1-0 down. and then try and go for it the last 20 minutes. Newcastle are probably told, boys, go out there, get at them and win the bloody game. And again, it's that mentality. That's the thing. It's not so much that Moyes is doing a bad job. It's a mentality change at the club. He came in saying, we want to be the big boys. We want to be in the top 4. Those top 4 teams, top 6 teams, do not go out and go, let's keep it tight. Let's play. Let's adapt our game to them. No, they go out and they go to win. And that's, again, it's all that. You've got to believe you can go and do it. We could have beat Liverpool the other night. Forest, damn it. We could have beat Liverpool if we would have gone at them a bit earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do I know? Duncan, we really wanted to be our number 1, but he isn't at the moment. It worries me every time he plays. I think Kerr is the better right back. I agree. Mitch says, why do you think Souček has fallen off too much? A lot of rumours that he's had a little sulk about, thinking he was going to get a big move and wanting more money. I don't know. I think he served the purpose, in a relegation battling team. And when Rice was sitting back at CDM, it worked. Now that Declan has become that more, or wants to become that more box-to-box player, he's killed him, in my opinion. Yeah, anything more?
Yeah, I think that's it. He's Souček's never been good on the ball. He's never been a player you want on the ball, trying to pass it, trying to take players on. He's nervy, he panics when he's on the ball. The one thing he was so good at was getting into the box. And he doesn't really do that anymore. Like you say, whether that's down to the way we set up, whether that's down to Rice going forward more, I don't know. But yeah, it's not.
How bad is that? How bad has our set pieces been now as well, mate? Recently, oh my God, they're awful.
Last season, absolutely known for it, but this season,
awful. Richie says Scamacca and Paqueta are going to get fed up soon. You can see it a mile off, not playing to their strengths. I don't think so just yet, but they are the sort of player, if we don't, really go for games, and players like that don't want to. They haven't come to West Ham to sit in 22 men behind the ball. They've come to put themselves on a world stage for the future. And if you play like that, it doesn't show their talent. Moyes has to be ruthless and drop his favourite Souček. I think that's quite a common theme.
Why do you think he hasn't? I mean, it's not the fact that he don't even sub him.
Because he's Fellaini, mate. Fellaini was never good on the ball, was he? Fellaini was never a good player on the ball, but he was a nuisance. And
yeah, but Fellaini had that sort of nastiness in midfield as well.
Fellaini could drive with the ball, actually. To be fair to him, Fellaini used to be able to pick the ball up and drive with it.
But he used to put himself about in the midfield as well, and Souček don't even really do that.
No,
I don't know. It's weird that it's weird that Moyes has got that kind of blind spot. I don't
know. Johnson is a good pal of my cousin. Saw him the other day and told him, got across the ball proper. We had a giggle about it, but hopefully he improves. See him as a player. Yep, agree with you guys. Flynn Dines should start every Premier League game. Prefer him more as a defensive holding positional, though. Just skipping through. Duncan says should be our number 1. What's this, Sam? What the hell was Moyes thinking playing 3 CDMs against Liverpool? Don't know, mate. Going for the 1-0 loss. So can say, it was a good result. The club can be sold without a penalty in April. Do you think the takeover is already going on behind the scenes? Yes, I do. And I think, I know there is some rumours about the Nike being our kit sponsor next year, I believe. So it wouldn't surprise me if all this stuff sort of goes on before the summer. What do you think? Do you think it will go through, or do you think they might hold out for another year?
It's hard to say, mate. It's all gone very quiet. But that does tend, when things are quiet, that's usually when things are happening. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if there's stuff not going on behind the scenes. I'd be amazed if there's not stuff going on behind the scenes. I hope there is. I think all of us do. I think we all hope. Obviously, Kretinsky's come in. He's got the option to buy the club. I'd be surprised if he came in without the intention of buying it. So yeah, I think things are going on. I'd be surprised if they don't.
If he does take over, if it is a full takeover, This leads it's quite nicely in. How long does Moyes survive?
I don't know. I mean, this is the thing. We don't know yet what type of owner Kretinsky is. We don't know what sort of owner he is. So I don't know. It's hard to say. He may be another one who's happy just to finish 17th every year and bring in the Premier League money. He might have ambitions and want to be challenging at the top and want more.
It depends
sort of exciting.
where this money came from. It depends, like who put that money in for Paqueta, Scamacca, Gerd. You know who put that investment in. I think is a key point of it. Lads, is Fornal a winger in your opinion? For me, 2,000,000% no. If you agree with me, is Moyes wrong to play on FFL? Yeah, he is. I'd love to see him play at number 10. I think he can still be dynamic and tricky. He is a good passer. He has not been good this year, and me and Paul are big fans of Pablo, but I can even say he's not been that good this year. I'll let Paul have a little comment on that.
I agree 100%, mate. 100%. I don't think he's definitely not a winger. He should be playing centrally. He's not. He's Fornal's job when he plays is basically to babysit Cresswell. Complete waste of talent. It's made him look a lot worse player than he is, although I agree he hasn't been good this season.
No. When the new owners come in, we can think younger, forward-looking manager. Until then, come on, David Moyes. Yeah, me and Paul just said that, didn't we? Who's our penalty taker? Since 2020-21 season, we have 15/17 penalties and only scored 5-6. It is shocking. It certainly is, mate. Me and Paul said as soon as Benny stepped up, though, he should have been a penalty taker. Had a great record for Brentford. Bowen, 2 telegraphed against Liverpool the other night. Declan Rice cannot be our penalty taker. And I've always thought if he's on the pitch, I don't know why Cresswell don't take a penalty. He strikes a ball lovely. But if Benrahma's on the pitch, clearly it's got to be Benrahma now.
Well, Lanzini is our penalty taker if he's on the pitch, and I don't think Lanzini's missed one for us. But obviously Lanzini don't really play that much anymore. It should be Benrahma. Me and you have been saying for the last year and a half about his penalty record for Brentford was fantastic, and that he should be the penalty taker. So please,
Scamacca can't take a penalty either. I think Italians have got a bad record with penalties apart from the Euros.
Scamacca, I think, did take penalties for Sassuolo and had a good record. So yes, I don't know why. It's a strange one because he can really hit a ball as well, Scamacca.
Oh yeah, lovely, sweet.
So yeah, I don't know why he hasn't stepped up. But yeah, it cannot be Rice.
No, or Bowen.
Antonio.
Yeah.
No.
Do you think something is going on with all these players not wanting to sign a new contract? Yeah, there's something there. I don't know what it is. But maybe there is a bit there with Moyes. But I don't know, mate. What do you think? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, there's definitely something going on. It seems to be more the youth players. We can't keep older youth players now. And the ones, even the ones coming through, like you say, like Johnson, like Ashby was coming through, that are getting into the first team. They don't want to stay. They want to leave. I don't know. It's worrying. It's worrying.
Yeah. Tight-fisted board, not wanting to pay their wages. Right, we've got 2 more things to do. We're going to talk about Silkeborg and Man United. So we play Silkeborg tomorrow night, mate. As I said earlier, 1 point will be enough to get us through. Is there anything that you remember from the last game? That was the game? What was that game? Was that the 4-0, or was that the one where Scamacca scored that one over the shoulder? I think it was the one over the shoulder, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
I think it was that one. They were decent. They passed the ball back quite nicely, but we should do it. We should get through this.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. We're by far the strongest team in the group. I just hope. What I think will probably happen is Moyes will go out to win this, and then the last game it will just be same as last year. Really throw the kids on and give everyone a rest for the last game. But yeah, I don't expect any trouble really.
I'm just trying to remind myself. It was 3-2 that game. It was the 3-2.
Wasn't that the one where we were kind of hanging on at the end?
Yeah, we went 3-0 up. Penalty Lanzini, Scamacca, Dawson, and then, they came back into it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, we should have enough. It is at home, and I just want us through. Just get through. Finish top of the group. There's only a few teams I fear in there. Villarreal look a decent team. I haven't looked at the groups of the Europa League. I'll be honest with you, who could drop in. But yeah, let's just get through, and then we can look forward to the game in the week. Some good points. A question here that's about a game, mate. Do you think Coventry should get some game time tomorrow? I think, as Paul said, wait till the last game. I think just get us through. Just make sure we've definitely won it, so then we can use that last game as an experiment. If you was asking, do I want to see Ashby play? I would have said yes, but I don't think Ashby, sadly, looks like he hasn't got a future at the club anymore, which is a big, big shame. Play Flynn Downs again, get him some more minutes, get him more time in the West Ham team. Start Ben Rama, keep his confidence up. Any other changes, mate, you'd want to see? Oggy back in, maybe?
Yeah, I'd bring Oggy in if he's fit to play, just to get Emerson, I will bring in. Obviously, Areola comes in. I'm guessing Antonio will probably start.
Ashby's
was it Silkeborg who had the artificial pitch?
I think it was. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's right. Yeah. Yeah, Antonio will probably start, like you say, mate. Areola will come in. But yeah, we should have enough. And then, we play the final game in Romania next week against. Thank you very much. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate
Cheers,
that.
Matt. Appreciate that, mate.
Lads in chat, in your opinion, if we do manage to win the Europa Conference League, does that make us a top 6/7 side, or would we remain mid-table fighters? It's still a European competition. Spurs bottled it in their Champions League final. Listen, mate, if we win it, you look what it did to Roma. If you've not seen what Roma's celebrations were, that was their first ever European trophy. That's quite shocking, actually. I thought Roma had maybe won like a Cup Winners' Cup or something like that in the past. You look how Jose Mourinho celebrated winning that, a man who's won everything. That was probably one of his most successful achievements, winning that trophy with Roma. If West Ham win that in May, I will still be crying my eyes out like a little boy because I've seen our team win something. And, it qualifies us back for the Europa League. I would take Conference League and 13th, mate.
Oh, yeah.
If it means I don't see West Ham win a trophy in my lifetime.
Mate,
what about you, mate?
I don't think there's a single West Ham fan that wouldn't. Absolutely. Of course you would. Yeah, of course. We've never seen us win anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And like you say, it's a European competition, 100%. I'd be over the moon to win that.
That would be the first British team to win it as well. Whether you call it a Mickey Mouse Cup or not, and I know me and you don't call it that, but I know some, you twats on bloody TalkSport like Jamie O'Hara call it the Mickey Mouse Cup. Mate, we will be the first English team to win that competition, and that's something that cannot be taken away from us historically. Does it keep Declan Rice for another year? There's who knows? You've won something at a club, or does it make it more likely that Declan Rice goes? I've always said that if we won the Europa League last year, Declan Rice probably would have stayed because of Champions League, but he could have walked out a legend, a hero, like first captain in bloody 40-odd years to lift something at the club. Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? It's a hard one. But I definitely, I want to win that competition. And there's no reason, barring Moyes' negativity, that we can't win that competition. What do you think, mate? Yeah?
No, absolutely. Yeah, like you say, same as you, I haven't really looked at the Europa League to see who might drop in.
We'll do a video about that next time. Once we're properly through, we'll have a proper look at who's going to drop in and drop out, unless any of you guys know. But yeah, thank you so much for the donation, Matt. Lovely to see. Farmer Ref Ashby, he's recovered, then injured. So many rumours. I think there's a lot going on with Ashby. Let's go on to Manchester United, mate, because we probably won't do another show until the weekend, or the weekend after. 4:00 kickoff, I believe, or 4:15 at Old Trafford. Usually, always slightly controversial game. We always get a bit of a dodgy decision against us in this game. They've got some problems still. Ronaldo's still kicking off. Seem to have got their defence sorted now with Martinez and I can't remember the guy who played Varane. Good left back in Valencia. Rashford starting to play well again. Sancho playing well. I really like that Anthony guy. Looks a top player. Bruno Fernandes. Is it Bruno Fernandes? Yeah, Bruno Fernandes looks better when Ronaldo's not playing. Casemiro, really looking good. Scored a really good goal the other day as well. They're always going to be a good team. They're always going to be hard to beat. But what do you think, mate? The floor's yours.
Yeah, I mean, like the individual players they've got are incredible. You know, they've got some fantastic individuals. Like say, Sancho's really starting to come on again. Anthony looks very, very good. Really, really quick. Casemiro's come in, much needed. I think Varane's injured at the minute, so I'm not sure who their centre back pairing is right now. Talking to, you know, I've got a few Man United supporting mates, and their biggest thing is that they're desperate for a striker. They're basically saying they don't have a striker. Like I said, I don't think they've got a settled defence at the minute. They're a team that you can definitely get at. They're definitely a team you can get at. But at Old Trafford, with Moyes, and we know he's going to set up, you know, 5 at the back, 2 defensive-minded midfielders. We're going to be 7 or 8 defenders.
It'll be
basically.
free, mate. It'll be free. It'll be free, won't it? Because it'll be Souček, Downs, and Rice again.
Yeah, it's going to be 8, maybe 8 players defending, sitting back. We'll probably go a goal down, and then we'll turn it on, and we'll all be saying the same thing. Why didn't we do that from the start of the game? I cannot see us getting anything out of this game. I really can't. Like you said it earlier, I completely agree. Ronaldo will come back in and probably score an hat-trick.
Yeah, it's written for him, mate. You know, he's had a bad week. You just know what happens with these sort of players. They love the headlines. He scored against us last year as well at London Stadium. I can't remember what the score was at Old Trafford last year, top of my head. You know, it's not a ground we've got a good record at all. I'd love to see it. Listen, if we win, we're right up there. You know, we're right behind them again. And then things will start looking really rosy. But I can't see it. Really can't see it.
No, and you know, we already spoke earlier about Moyes' record against the big clubs.
Yeah, he's going to have to break that record, which again, he hasn't done it in 70 odd games. Why is number 71 going to be anything different? Do you know what I mean? Maybe we should put them in the ACCA. Maybe we should put Man United to win in our ACCA, and then it will go wrong. I'll take a draw, though. I'll take the draw.
Yeah, of course you would. You take a draw away to Man United. Yeah, of course you would.
Yeah, I can't see it. I can't see it at all. I'll do a preview for that probably Friday, guys. So a little bit more in-depth preview of that. And I will do a Silk Ball preview probably tomorrow morning. So I'll be a little bit more in-depth than what me and Paul have discussed. ECL trophy, automatic qualification for Europa League next season. Nothing mousy about that. Bloody right. There's a few Man United fans up here that would disagree with you about Rashford. Varane is injured, apparently.
Yeah.
Duncan, why do you have 2 goalkeepers on the bench? Isn't our squad big enough, or why no academy boys? I agree. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, Boxing Day. The Arsenal game, mate. Have you seen that game is now 8 o'clock kickoff on Boxing Day? What do you make of that?
I haven't seen that. I
Yeah,
haven't seen that.
8 o'clock kickoff on Boxing Day. It's good for the fans, isn't it?
That's yeah, lovely. Yeah. It's going to be a lively one.
Yeah, they had a great season. They're having a great season. Anything else, mate? Anything else that's you've seen or read?
No, I haven't. No, not really, mate. It's been pretty quiet. Like I say, I haven't really seen much of any kind of news around West Ham at the minute. It all seems pretty quiet. Obviously, all the stuff.
I did read about today, actually, that we may go in for Naby Keita of Liverpool. Again, not fully worked out for him now. Yeah, you know, good player. Probably again one of them players that come to West Ham would probably do a good job for us. Yeah, so I wouldn't be against that. A couple of comments. On TV streams going to stream business such as Amazon Prime. I don't like all the chopping and changing, having to buy more subscriptions to watch football. Yeah, it's the way forward, but I don't agree. To watch everything, you've got to have a BT account, Sky account, Amazon account, or Fire Stick. Do you know what I mean? Like, to actually watch it legally, mate, it's going to cost you like £70-80 a month, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the football being on Amazon because I've got Amazon. I subscribe to Amazon Prime anyway, so it's just a nice sort of bonus sort of thing. But no, you're right. I mean, I don't know why. I think. I mean, I do. We have spoken about this before, probably a couple of years ago, about the clubs taking their own broadcasting rights.
It will happen. It will happen.
And the likes of West Ham. If West Ham did a
season ticket thing, yeah.
If West Ham did like a streaming season ticket, I'd buy it. I'd buy it and watch the games legally. I'm in Northern Ireland. I can't get over to the games very often. So yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see something like that. I think, but yeah, that you do need to sort of centralize it. Like I say, maybe let the clubs take their own broadcasting rights. But then the argument against that is the amount of money they would lose because the smaller clubs obviously wouldn't have anywhere near the same kind of subscription basis.
That is the issue, isn't it?
Yeah. So there are hurdles to overcome there.
But just to finish off, guys, if you've got any questions, ask us anything for the last sort of 5 minutes because Paul's got to go in a minute. I'll just put that up just so you guys can see it. So ask us anything. With the World Cup just looming, mate, we'll just have a little discussion for 2 minutes. Who do you think is going to win it now? I know we'll probably have this discussion, more and more as we go on. I still think Brazil are going to win it. I think they've got a fantastic team. And I just think one of those South American teams. But I will give it to you. I know you're, the big Messi fan. The form that man is in at the moment is ridiculous. As if it's like, this is the one. This is my last chance to go and win this World Cup. They have got a better team now. They have actually got a team, not so much just a one. What do you think, mate? Well, I'm excited to watch it. I can't wait.
That's not a bad shout, I mean, my instincts would say France, to be honest. I know you'll be happy to hear that.
They're due a sulky tournament.
Yeah, I don't think Brazil. I don't think Brazil will win it. I think Argentina is not a bad shout because of that. That, like you say, this is it, last chance for Messi. In my opinion, the greatest player of all time. And if he took home the World Cup, that would cement it.
Yeah, no one can say anything then. You know what I mean? If he was to go and win it. I do quite like Holland as well. I don't think they'll win it, but they have got a bloody good team. Really, really good team. England, where do you think England will get?
I think England will go where they normally go. They'll, quarterfinals and out on penalties. Probably,
against Croatia and then probably get beat. What about a surprise package? If you had to pick a team that to keep an eye on, if you was going to put a bet like to get to sort of cheeky semi-final.
I don't know. Surprise packages.
The one that keeps coming up in work is Senegal, because of the hot weather. African Nations champions. If you've got a fit Mane, they've got Koulibaly as well, or is he Mali? I can't remember. They've got some really good players, Senegal. As a surprise package, like I say, maybe. It's a shame that your boys ain't there, though. I have to say, it's weird that they're not there as well. With Italy.
Yeah, two in a row, mate. Yeah. Two World Cups in a row. Big transition.
I believe they're in England's qualifying group again for the.
They are, yeah. I don't know. It's weird, They obviously won Euros. Look good, man. Good team, really good team. But I don't know. Just Addy. I don't know. It seems like everything was done to give Italy a chance to qualify for the World Cup, and they just couldn't take it. It's a weird one, mate. It's a really weird one.
Yeah. Don't look like any questions are going to come in for Ask Us Anything, which is a shame because I do like the fun ones. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. A weird time of day, a Wednesday morning. Replay tomorrow. Hopefully we win and get through, get past Manchester United. And then we've got, I think we've got Blackburn coming up as well in the Carling Cup. Carabao Cup as it is now. Yeah, so hopefully onwards and upwards. Until next time, guys, come on, you irons, keep believing. Let's go.
Cheers.